Hello, everyone. My name is Francis Sabourin from Richardson Wealth. Welcome to our special edition on electrification or electricity cars and so on with Hussein Ghaffari Aram that is working with me about this project. And the reason why we do that is that he has been asked by many clients about all these electrical cars and so on, all these transition from gas to electricity. And we said, well, why don't we have a little video explaining what we think about it? And today we have it, or we call it the sustainable investing. And Hussein, can you go ahead with the first?
Sure.
First.
So hello, everybody. So yeah, as Francis said, it's about the theme of the sustainable investing. Let's first start with the current thing that we hear from all the news these days from Glasgow. So the sustainable investing or sustainable environment situation was brought up first in Paris 2015 when the leaders gathered and dedicated themselves to have the net zero CO2 by 2030, 2050. And they dedicated all the industries, they wanted to all the industry cut the emission to the predetermined levels. So if you want to put it from the investment perspectives, it brought actually the investment environment to a very good opportunity, maybe a generation opportunity. From the world perspective, we are speaking about $100 to $150 trillion investments in the next 20 years. And in the United States, these numbers should go around $8 trillion capex just to reduce the fossil fuel emission that we have right now. Of course, this is a huge money, and it's about.
Who's going to pay for that? Will we borrow again to pay that, or will tax everyone, or will you? It's a huge expense, huge capex for sure.
It's a huge thing, and I think it's a problem of the White House. But from our perspectives, I'm happy that you brought it up. So when I saw the last bill that Mr. Biden is pushing to the legislators, about $1.8 trillion, and 600 billion of that is specifically directly to the climate change CO2 emission. So when I see it from the fiscal plus investment, it's a huge opportunity.
Good. If we go, go to the investment themes by itself, there's two things that we are looking at: reducing greenhouse gas and augmenting or increasing sustainability. And how will we do that, Hussein?
Yeah. So cutting greenhouse emission while we want to have the sustainable environment had different techniques, different landscape. But I concentrate in two factors here: CO2 and methane. When we are speaking about the CO2, it's about the power generation, storage techniques, transmission of the electricity that we make, and carbon capturing, especially in the old fields and cement factories. And of course, the next thing is about the electrification of the cars, charging station, heavy-duty vehicles like the bus, like the train, and also shipping and aviation. Yes.
So a lot of opportunities for investment.
It's a lot of opportunities here, and there are many private and public, a couple of the public companies who are concentrating on this theme of investment right now. On the right side, we have the methane. So 30% of all the methane which emits to the world is from agriculture. Okay, so livestock. Chemical that we make. And so these are very important things because we want to have a healthy life. So we're going to eat healthy, but on the other side, we want to emit less methane. So this is another opportunity of investment, another business models which come online about reducing food waste, improving agricultural visibility. Just to give you an idea, so the forest is very important for cutting all the CO2 emissions. There's a company who connect the satellites and mRNA seed genetics together to find where is the best place to make the forest at the fastest pace of growing trees. So these are all the opportunities that we're seeing right now.
Yeah. Technology combined with sustainability makes a lot of sense, as we can see, right?
It does, exactly.
On the next slide, commuting in the green era. So it's amazing how many new electrical cars that we see on the street, or hybrid cars, and so on. So what will be the share of these electrical cars in the futures?
So electric vehicles, EVs, right now are about 4.5% of the global car sales in 2020.
Okay.
The analysts expect this number is going to increase to 15% in 2025. Okay, so it's like 4 years. So, but it's a global number. Just putting in the context. If I speak about the Canada, I was listening to this conference call from one of the energy producers in west of Canada. In Canada, on average, we have 3% of the cars sold which are EV. In British Columbia, this number is 9%. So you see how different are the things even in our Canada.
Yeah, even if in Quebec we are full of electricity, and in BC, you see the difference between Western Canada and Eastern Canada. And Western Canada has been so ahead on these green stuff and so on. So glad to hear. Good.
That's a point. So from the investment perspectives, when we think about that, so yeah, first layer, the first derivative is all about EV, like Tesla, Lucid Motors. But then you're gonna think and say, you know what's gonna happen to the station, to the gas station? What's gonna be the different consumer experience when they're waiting to the EVs be charged? How they gonna wait? How we can make entertainment for them. So these are bringing a new idea of investment, and there are a couple of the companies who are actually working on that for the next 5 years. So that's another thing. So the other factor which I want to emphasize here is, so passenger EV is one factor, pretty much sure that you all know about it, good. But what about the bus? What about all these trucks that you see between the cities? These vehicles, these heavy-duty vehicles, are 24/7 in the roads, and they emit so much CO2. So cutting emission from those guys are very, very important. The third part that I want to emphasize here is, yes, making electricity out of renewable is very important, solar and wind. But what about when there's no sun? What about when there's no wind? So the storage of battery getting a notice here. Battery storage and hydrogen solution. Facts.
Yeah, so very important, the storage.
Yeah.
And what about the physics of these and the eco-politics of that, of these electrical movement?
Exactly. So following the storage concept, currently we have the solution thanks to the lithium. So lithium batteries are very simple, like the other kind of the batteries. You have the anode, you have the cathode, and there's a liquid in between, and the ion moves from A to B and release the electricity. And as you see here, right now, the economic scale solution is the lithium. And do you see the price of the lithium in the chart?
Yeah, for the last 4 months, it's almost doubled. It's crazy how price is becoming right now.
Exactly, and there's not surprise, because you have Tesla, you have NIO, you have Xpeng, all these EV manufacturing in China, United States, some sort in Europe are ramping up. So people are thinking, oh, you know what, lithium going to be in demand for the next 10 years. So just buying and buying and buying. There's two factors which I want to emphasize here. The first is lithium at the end of the day is a commodity, and you know the commodity prices go down, up and down rapidly. Second is the flow of battery is currently dominated by Asian countries, China. 65% of the lithium batteries comes from China. So it's a very concentrated from the political perspectives or geopolitical perspectives. So enough for the politics. Let's go to the next slide and talk about the real money.
Well, also Chile is producing also some lithium. So
yes. So you have a lithium in Chile too. So the picture that you are seeing here is the process of the lithium mine that they put it here from the salt, like the water salt. The table that I brought here, I just wanted to emphasize about the comment that I made earlier. About
these are lithium producers: Albemarle, Ganfeng, SQM, Tianqi.
So these are the 4 major producers of lithium in the world, okay? And the pricing of these companies are right now at the stretch level. Yeah. The enterprise value to the profit, enterprise to the EBITDA, actually the value of the company versus its profit, how much money they make.
It's like for Albemarle, for example, it's 26 times the enterprise.
Exactly. Value. The value is 26 times of its enterprise. And on average, this number is 30. So for a commodity perspective company, it's expensive. It's not a cheap. I can say it's not a cheap stock. It's not a cheap.
But you are popular. That's why you're cheap, and you're not that cheap. And obviously, it might fall down sometimes on the road, but it's pretty expensive. That's our conclusion on the electricity.
That's the point. So we don't actually, we are not saying that they're going to go down for sure, but the thing is, from the investment perspective, it seems to me a stretch valuation. If you go to the next slide, there's another factor that I want to mention. There's another risk that I see to this. Lithium is in demand right now, but doesn't mean that the competition is not coming. Okay, there are companies like Tesla, like Panasonic, like QuantumScape. They're working on other more sustainable, more easy to store, and less heavy solution for the batteries. Okay, which is in the direct competition with lithium. Again, I'm not saying lithium is going to go down and busted, but I'm saying that from the investment perspective, also we have the risk of competition. So competition is very important. So the last point that I want to make here is about the second derivatives of the EVs. The second derivative investment idea for the electric vehicles is about the stations. Okay, right now in United States, you have $41,000 stations, level 2 stations
across the country.
Across the country. For 2025, we need 600,000.
Yeah.
And this is a station 2. It means that it's not fast enough. Okay. What if we have 15% EV in the streets and we don't have enough stations? Just imagine New York City or Toronto or Chicago with all these multi-families, which all the reason doesn't have a garage, and they have to park outside. So just think about the method of getting the car fully charged. So this brings a very interesting opportunity for some companies. Another thing is about the picture that you see here, the photo that you see here. Different plug.
The level 3, the fastest one, DC fast.
One. As you see, they're not all the same. So it means that some of the stations are not good enough for all the plugs. So this is another thing that we're thinking about, the investment opportunity of companies who combine all of this together.
Yeah, technology and bring infrastructure. It will be part of the infrastructure deals that Mr. Biden, as you mentioned earlier, will be voting on it, the Democrats and Republicans in the States.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
So that was our 15 minutes video on electricity or sustainable investing. So thank you for listening. If any of you wants a presentation and we have it in video or PDF in English or French, we'll do the French one after this one. So thank you, and saying again, excellent work. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Merci.